In this video, let me show you how to do the velocity graph. Okay, so you've got your data, you've calculated your velocity. Okay, remember this velocity is a formula that looks like that, b3 minus b2 over 0.1. This will be b4 minus b3, etc., right? Make sure you have labeled in your column headers here time in seconds, position centimeters, velocity centimeters per second. Okay, let's just look at a good velocity graph. Notice that I've got tenths of a second ticks. I've got a right side to the graph. Okay, and then on the vertical axis, I decided to go by a major of 10 and a minor of 1 centimeter per second. And you know, that's your personal taste. I'll show you how you can choose that. Okay. So the first thing, and this is the hardest thing, is that we have to select the time and the velocity, but not the position. So to do that, I'm going to drag this, and then I'm going to I'm going to hold down the control key. Okay, on a Chromebook, you'd hold the control key down. Okay, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hold the command key down, but you're going to hold the control key down and do this drag. Okay, so again, that is drag and then control drag. Okay, so you're going to drag the time, control drag the velocity. So again, watch this. I drag this guy. I select that, right? Then I get to the top of it without deselecting that. And then on your Chromebook, this will be a control drag. Because really there's not much else to it, right? You already know kind of how to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to insert a chart. And usually it sort of gives you a line graph like that. And we don't really want a line graph. So go up here to the top of this thing. Click this. We want to scatter. And it's this guy. We want to set up points because we're going to put our own line through this. Okay? So we want that. We also want to click on this and move it to its own sheet. Okay, so there we are. We've got this. We've moved it to its own sheet. Okay, you can even name these, right? Let's name this guy velocity. All right. This is my position graph here. Rename. It just kind of makes me happy when I do that. So we want to add, the first thing I want to do is I want to give this thing a right side. So edit the chart, customize, horizontal axis. Let's go 0 to 5. Okay. Notice we suddenly have a right side there. Okay. So once you tell it that you want it to go to 5, it'll go to 5. If your data goes beyond 5, then go 0 to 6. Okay. Yeah, I think so. All right. And then there's that, right? And then I think we're good with 40 as our top of that. Okay. So now let's look at our grid lines and ticks. Okay. It'll say horizontal or vertical, right? You want to, let's do horizontal first. So choose horizontal from that pull down, make this step, make this one step, and make the first one 1 and 0.1. And that'll give us our horizontal lines. And in the minor ones are 0.1. Make sure you make these step. Count is very counterintuitive, okay? So let's go change this to the vertical axis. Okay, make these both step. So this one step, make that step. Let's go 10 and 1. Notice it already was 10, right? I think 10 and 1 works for this. Now some people want to do 10 and 2, which gives you 5 divisions. I think 10 and 1 though. The most divisions, as long as it's not too busy, there it is, right? Okay. Now this thing again, this is ready to print. So once you get it and you've got the axes labeled with units, you've got grid lines like this. Okay, and they're both step 10, step 1, right? Then you are actually ready to print this thing out. You can print it out, and then the next class we'll all sort of go over that, how to do the tangent lines, how to do the best fit lines on this one. Okay.